Okay, I think I'm ready. I'm speaking to myself here. Anyways, welcome guys. Welcome back to the Anomaly podcast. I'm Noah, and today, as you can see, I'm alone. So what does that mean? I don't know what I'm doing with this hand. Anyways, I'll put this hand somewhere. But as you guys can see, it's only me, and this is an update episode. I wouldn't even say it's an episode. I would say it's basically just an update. Like when those YouTubers have those relationship updates. That's sort of like this one. Alex is no longer part of the Anomaly podcast. Yeah, I don't know where to go from there. That's why I have my notes. Alex is no longer part of the Anomaly podcast. He decided to I don't know if you can hear my dog. Hopefully not. Anyways, he decided to leave the podcast. It just wasn't a, how can I say, I don't know. I don't want to speak on behalf of his part. That's Jesus. On behalf of his part. But here's a video. Well, not now. Hopefully sometime soon in like the next 2 minutes. Of Alex basically explaining his part and explaining his decision to leave the podcast. Obviously, this is something we decided to do together, and unfortunately, it just wasn't a, how can I say, a right fit for Alex. Well, that's what he said, but don't, how can I say, sit on my words, because in a minute or two he shall be speaking. But yeah, that's the whole update, that basically Alex is no longer part of the Anomaly team. He was a great, how can I say, great co-host. He was great. Well, he still is a great friend. It's not like we cut off or anything, but it just wasn't, how can I say, a right fit for him, and he didn't feel like it was a right fit for him, and it ended on a, how can I say, a good note. The friendship is still there, so there's no beef there. But before I continue with this sort of update, I would say here's the video of Alex explaining his part of why he left. Okay, so Alex sent me a typed out text. For those watching on YouTube, you'll be able to read it. But for those on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, I will read it out loud for you guys. I want to start by saying that the Anomaly podcast is something that I've really enjoyed doing. I've learned a lot about myself as well as the industry. I've also met a lot of amazing people and made new friends along this journey. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I've come to the conclusion that doing the podcast is not for me, and I will be stepping away. I'm at a point where I've realized no matter the potential success of something that I'm doing, if I'm not passionate or don't feel like I can express myself in the way I'd like to, then I won't force myself to keep doing it. As one door closes, another opens, and I wish Noah all the best with the future of this podcast. I will always be a supporter. Thank you for all the support up until this point. Big things are coming for the Anomaly podcast. From Alex. Okay, cool. So that's Alex's part. I haven't seen it because, I just haven't seen it yet. So I don't know what he said in there, but it just that, he just didn't feel like it was a complete right fit. Great English, Noah. But obviously, like I said, the friendship's still there. And now let me get to my notes that I have over here of questions that I thought you guys would have, that I thought of before, that I've now created to answer, if that makes sense. Anyways, question number 1. Will the Anomaly podcast be staying? No, unfortunately not. Psych, yes it will. Looking for co-host, DM me. Nope, not was doing that. The Anomaly podcast will be staying. It will be just me. And from my time, and how can I say, I love podcasts, and from what I've seen, it is possible for somebody. It is possible for somebody to leave a podcast or a team, and then that podcast goes on to grow and become something great. And that's what I believe I can do with the Anomaly podcast. The support already has been tremendous, but I just feel like I can really take it to new heights. And even though a great part of the podcast has left Alex, but it's still, I feel there's still a lot of potential to untap and unlock with this podcast. Okay, by getting onto my next point, the direction. So now we know that Alex is no longer with us. He's still alive, but he's no longer with us. It's now the Anomaly podcast with no Bennett. Direction. We've had a great number of guests on the podcast. Something like a handful, but they have been great. They have been really informative and insightful, and some of those podcasts I've really taken a lot from, and that's just not the reason. Whoops, keep quiet. That's just the reason. Wait, let me just fix this quick. There we go. That's just the reason that I've just lost my train of thought. Yes, there will be future guests. Okay. But now I feel like that's actually my later question. Anyways, yes, there will be future guests, but I'm now going to sort of incorporate solo episodes. But these solo episodes, they are going to be a bit, how can I say, they're going to be short, and they're going to be on like topics that I feel are, how can I say, informative, but also entertaining at the same time. So that's what I plan on doing. That's what I plan on also add to the podcast now, because now I feel, I don't feel like I am now basically the head of creative. I'm the head of everything because I'm doing this alone right now. But the solo episodes will probably will be now coming in a week. They won't be every week. But the idea is to have like a podcast episode on coming out on the Sunday, and then in the middle of the week we'll have like a solo episode. So that should be cool. It'll be like cool and informative and short. I don't even know if I'm going to have like this as a video recording, so you guys can let me know about that. It's going to be short. It's going to be like 15 to 20 minutes of like short, impactful content of some topic or a few topics that I feel need to be, how can I say, not need to be discussed, but it would be cool to discuss and figure out your viewpoints and let out my opinion. But yeah, so it's basically future episodes with guests on the Sunday, and then every now and then in the middle of the week I'll have the solo episodes. What do you think would be different? What do I think would be different? I don't think much would be different. I feel like my approach would be the same, preparation wise. I'm speaking this like I'm a test match rugby player. I feel like preparation wise and my approach to the podcast would be the same. I'm trying to get the questions in and try to, find out what made people do certain things and how they got there, how they got to the places, support structure they had, all those types of things. But now I feel like it will be a bit more intricate because now it's just myself and the guest. Previously it was myself, Alex, and the guest. So it wasn't really, how can I say, deep. Well, it was sort of sometimes deep, like really meaningful. But now I feel like it's a bit more intricate because it's a one-on-one session. So I feel like that would be different, just the general feeling. And with now it being myself, I'll be able to control the flow of the podcast. Previously with myself and Alex, not that I hated it, it was great fun, but there would be points where Alex would go and approach, and he would want a certain approach, and he'll ask a question, and then I'll ask a complete different question that will take it into another direction, and then afterwards you'll be like, oh crap, oh you wanted to go there and you want to go there, and then it will be like that. But that was not, I wouldn't say a speed bump, but that was something we still were trying to figure out, and we would have figured it out if would have obviously gone into the future with further episodes. But now with me being, the head of the table, as you guys can see, it's just going to be, how can I say? I'm in control of the flow, and it's now going to be a bit more intricate, a bit more meaningful, a bit more deep at some points. And I think that's just it on what I feel would be different. And then I'm out of questions right now. So if you guys have any other questions, then you can DM us or DM me, and just let me know what your question is. Whoa, I'm struggling here. Anyways, I'm excited for the future though. I'm really excited. I'm really amped up and ready to go. I'm ready. I'm ready to do this and take this podcast to somehow in a different direction now, and to new heights, and just grow. And how can I say? I don't know. I'm running out of words here. See, this is difficult. I don't have much down here, but I'm just excited for the future. I'm excited to do more podcasts, get the guests going. We've got, how can I say? I don't spoil it. Spoil it. But we've got a few exciting guests up, and what's different is that, well, not what's different, but how can I say? I'll let you guys in on a little a little secret. The guests they aren't really all the same, they kind of mixing and matching here and there, so that's a little secret. So next episode, you guys don't even know who could possibly I could possibly have. I could have the Princess of Monaco, or I could have the 25th president of the United States of America, even if that person is alive still. Anyways, but I think that's it from my side, and that's it for this little update. It's gone on for longer than I thought, but anyways, before I leave, the Anomaly podcast, I gotta plug myself. Well, not plug myself. Plug the podcast. Instagram, Facebook. What else do I have now? Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, other podcasts on Spotify, podcasts. If you can I ever listen to the others while things get sorted out here. As you guys can see, the branding and everything's a bit different, so go out and listen to those podcasts if you haven't before, and leave a rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That would be great and much appreciative. Appreciate, what's the word? Something like that. Anyways, but until next time, I'll see you guys. Peace.